we're just gonna wait for a few more people to join and bear with us, and we will begin shortly. So we'll just give it one more minute, Eric, and then we'll get started.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kathy.
We can go ahead and get started, and people join late, I'm sure they'll catch up. So
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining our NASCA Town Hall meeting. I think this is the second year or maybe the third year that we've done this now to sort of go over some of the rule or some of the resolutions and bylaws for our upcoming annual meeting. So again, welcome to our town hall. My name is Eric Griffin. I'm the president of the National Association of State Controlled Substance Authority. So thank you for joining us today. We'll have a quick agenda and I'll sort of go over that. We have some general announcements, some announcements about the conference details. We do not have any proposed bylaw changes for this year. Oops, excuse me. We do have a few proposed resolutions that I will go over, and then we'll have some committee reports from others on the executive committee, and then we'll have some time for questions at the end. So again, thank you for everybody for joining, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Obviously, we want to thank our sponsors that sponsor NASCA and the annual meeting on a regular basis. Without them, it would be very difficult to put on all of the events that we do. So again, just as a reminder, October 28th to the 31st in Greenville, South Carolina, it's our 40th anniversary for our annual meeting. NASCA room blocks are sold out. However, Kathy has made arrangements with the hotel across the street with the same rate. Please make sure you check our website if you are registering or have not registered for your hotel room yet. And then again, try to get those conference registrations in as soon as possible. I believe we have 39 or 40 states represented so far that have already registered. And Greenville's a great town. There's plenty of restaurants, shops in the area. It's actually a really neat little area there in Greenville where the hotel is. So the meeting will begin promptly at 8:15 on Monday, October 28th, and end Thursday, October 31st at 11:30. Just as a reminder, we do have networking happy hour each day after the meeting, and there will be a welcome reception dinner on Monday, October 28th in Studio 220 at 6 p.m. Continental breakfast will be provided each day, and we look forward to seeing everybody there and anticipate a really great meeting as the conference committee for programming has worked very hard to put us together a great conference. So we'll move on.
hey, Eric,
Just as a, yes,
I'm sorry.
yep. Kathy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just as a reminder, NASCA has a code of conduct policy. We have made some revisions to that. So just as a reminder, this can be found on the website. Oh, additionally, anything about the conference, the registration, hotels, the annual meeting and materials will be posted on our website. So along with our NASCA code of conduct. As for the resolutions, unfortunately, Sid Seal, our vice president, could not be here today to present the resolutions. So I will be presenting them on behalf of Sid Seal as he is the chair for the resolutions and bylaw committee. So I'd like to thank the members of the resolution and bylaw committee for all of their work and dedication over the years on this committee. It seems like it's pretty much the same group.
Hey, Eric, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you advancing the slides?
I am not. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Give me 1 second.
If not, I probably can have you stop sharing and then can catch up.
There we go. All right. Well, so for some reason that one was really short. It won't let me go past that. So I'm going to stop sharing, Kathy, if you don't mind sharing yours.
Okay. Bear with us. Can everybody see that?
Yes, I see sponsors, Kathy.
You're not in the presenter slide, you're in the, you're on the other viewer slide.
Is this the right slide?
It's the
Yes.
right slide,
what
but
you
it's like a
view.
different view.
Yeah, go to your slideshow.
All right, so that's what I'll have to do. Sorry about that. Multitasking. Okay.
All right. So again, thank you to our Resolution of Bylaws Committee for all their efforts in helping with this year's resolutions. In general, there are no bylaw changes proposed for this year. The business meeting has been, all of the material for the business meeting will be located on our website. There are 6 proposed resolutions for consideration this year. Please review the agenda, the bylaws prior to coming to the meeting, both posted on the web, and there will be limited copies available in Greenville. The bylaws are always available online at the attached website. So we have 6 resolutions. The first one being the resolution to support prescription monitoring programs. The second one, a resolution encouraging sharing of certain data with DEA administration by prescription monitoring programs. A resolution to support the adequate control of certain substances of misuse or abuse. A resolution to support the Model Prescription Monitoring Program Act, and a resolution recognizing Carrie Chenard Conard, and a resolution recognizing Kevin Borchers. So we'll move to the purpose statement. Obviously, the purpose of this resolution brought forth to the committee is to support our prescription monitoring program. I'm not going to read each one of the whereases and different things like that. So we'll go to the next one. So for this one, NASCSA supports individual states, territories, districts maintaining control over the display of PMP data. Our next resolution, a resolution encouraging the sharing of certain data with U.S. Drug Administration by prescription monitoring programs. Again, the purpose statement is listed here to facilitate the communication with PMPs, requesting on an annual de-identified controlled substance metrics. Obviously, this supports DEA's assistance in establishing quotas in different things like that. Resolution would read, therefore it be resolved that NASCSA strongly encourages and supports PMPs providing DEA with annual metrics to aid in establishing aggregated production quotas, APQs. Moving to the next one, a resolution to support adequate control of certain substance of misuse and abuse. The purpose statement obviously is to control certain substances that are used from or that are misused and used, and support regulation and legislation federally and in states and commonwealth districts and territories to mandating adequate control of the following substance of misuse for legitimate medical purposes, scientific and industrial uses. Moving to the agenda, or to the resolution, excuse me. Therefore, it be resolved, NASCA supports the passage of those bills currently before Congress. There's several bills in Congress now that are already targeting some of these substances. The next resolution is a resolution to support the Model Prescription Monitoring Act. In a 2020, a task force was formed to consider and recommend updates to the existing Model PMP Act, voted in favor in 2021 by the NASCA PMP and Executive Committee, and further that the NASCA's membership working group comprised of 8 NASCA PMP committee members review and meet to discuss updates and revisions to the 2021 Model Act, resulting in a 2024 updated version of the Model PMP Act. Therefore, it resolved that the update Model PMP Act of 2024 be disseminated to the membership. Our 5th resolution, recognizing Carrie Chenard Carnard. Carrie had recently retired as an executive director from the North Dakota Board of Pharmacy, and making her an honorary member. Therefore, further resolved, the resolution to be included in the official minutes of NASCA. Sorry, I can't read the bottom line there. And be presented to Carrie Chenard Carnard. Our 6th and final resolution would be recognizing Kevin Borchers for his contribution to the mission and success of NASCA, making him an honorary member of the association. And therefore, it being further resolved that the resolution be included in the official minutes of NASCA and a copy presented to Kevin Borchers. We'll now go to committee reports. And so I'll turn it over to Melissa Danoon, our Secretary Treasurer, for any updates she may have.
Thanks, Eric. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melissa Danoon, and I'm the Executive Committee Secretary Treasurer. I do chair the Finance Committee, and my committee members are Sue Mears from Iowa and Mary Sutphin from New York. Our committee typically meets monthly, along with the bookkeeper that we hired 2 years ago. NASCA's fiscal year runs from September 1st to August 31st, and for fiscal year 24, we established a budget for NASCA, and I'm happy to report we've kept within this budget. NASCA also established 3 investment accounts several years ago to serve as a rainy day fund, and they've been performing well over the past fiscal year. While NASCA is a 501c3 tax-exempt entity, we're still required to file annual tax returns. We did hire a new accountant 2 years ago, and that's been a really positive move for NASCA, as this is the first year that NASCA's tax return was filed the earliest, and they're also only charging us $1,400 versus the previous accounting firm had charged us almost $9,000 annually. So definitely a very responsible fiscal move to change accountants. The Finance Committee will be meeting with our 3 investment firms over the next several months to ensure that our assets are protected against market volatility and to ensure we're on the right track with the budget that we set for fiscal year 25. And in case we do need to make any adjustments, we can do that at that time. All in all, we've worked really hard to ensure that NASCA's financial position is sound, which I really feel is impressive for a small nonprofit like NASCA that relies a great deal on sponsorships and, of course, our members. And I want to extend again a big thank you to all of our sponsors for your continued support.
Thanks, Melissa. I'll turn it over to you and Haley for the PMP committee report.
Thanks, Eric. My name's Haley Winans with Michigan's PMP, and I co-chair the PMP committee with Melissa Danoon, the director of South Dakota's PMP, the one who just spoke. The PMP committee meets on a monthly basis, and this year we had over 20 PMP member participants. We had 6 subcommittees this year, which were all fairly busy. I just wanted to highlight a few accomplishments of the committee and subcommittees' work this year. The first being the creation of the fire subcommittee. This was created midway through the year to tackle the review of the fire implementation guide, which they did successfully. There's also a proposed resolution in support of PMPs that was submitted from this subcommittee. Like in past years, numerous PMPs responded to DEA's annual request for aggregate data to assist in determining drug quotas. Our conference planning program subcommittee, who plans and coordinates session topics and speakers for the conference, was busy and finalized the sessions a few months early. We have a great slate of PMP related sessions and speakers for this year's conference in a few weeks. The Data Integrity Subcommittee created a continuing education lesson for pharmacists and pharmacy technicians last year titled Data Quality in Prescription Monitoring Programs, which has since been renewed for another year. And then many of you here have probably heard of the proposed HTI-2 rule, which contains components that would impact PMPs. This was and still is a major discussion amongst the PMP committee. A few members of the PMP community, some who sit on the PMP committee, assisted NABP in developing a joint letter with NASCSA to submit for response. And that work group also created a template for PMPs to use to provide public comment in response to the proposed rule. We continue to see states submitting their public comments. I think this morning when I looked, there were 4 or 5 new ones from states relative to the PMP information. And the deadline, as a reminder for those who are able but haven't submitted yet, is this Friday, October 4th. And not necessarily falling under the PMP committee, but PMIX, or the Prescription Monitoring Information Exchange, previously facilitated by TTAC and BJA, was moved and now operates under NASCSA as of late last year, early 2024. Melissa and I plan to co-chair the committee again for 2025, and we recently sent a survey to the current participants to gauge continued interest, as well as topics that we should focus on for the next year. All in all, it was a busy year, and we look forward to another busy but productive 2025. Thank you.
Thanks, Haley. Next, we'll move to our membership committee, Jason Solosky.
Good afternoon.
Jason?
Hey, Eric. Thank you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
My name is Jason Slavosky, and I chair the NASCSA Membership Committee. The Membership Committee meets once monthly and is comprised of 7 members, including myself, Darren Nathan, Christopher Vanzuel, Justin Arnold, Lisa Sherrill, Mary Lou Schoonover, and Kathy Keogh. The committee is responsible for providing content for communication to the membership via breaking news and the newsletter publication. The committee is also responsible for retaining and increasing memberships, obtaining sponsorships, and selecting Travel Scholarship Award recipients. This year, the committee selected 6 winners of the NASCSA Travel Scholarship, each with a value up to $2,000. Upon consultation with the committee, NASCSA's Executive Director, Kathy Keogh, works tirelessly to ensure the financial success of our association so it can continue its invaluable work. If anybody's interested in joining the membership committee, please contact myself or Kathy Keogh. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jason. We will turn it over now to our Controlled Substance Committee and Stella Bailey.
Thank you, Eric. Hello, everyone. I'm Stella Bailey, and I'm the chair of the Controlled Substances Committee. This committee has 14 members who represent both state and industry. In the past 12 months, we've met about 10 times, covering topics as diverse as state regulations, access to new and emerging drugs and new technologies. Some of the deliverables that we provide to NASCSA includes recommendations for webinars based on trends that we are seeing across the state, and a number of questionnaires. So we did also do a survey of members, gauging interest for continuing with the committee next year, which we've had a healthy response. We also did elicit a number of recommendations for topics to cover during that next year, including access to treatments and medications, emerging technologies and drugs, and ongoing discussions about state regulations. We are always looking for new members. Anyone interested, particularly state representatives, we more than welcome your attendance at future committees. Thank you.
Thanks, Stella. We'll move on to our Information and Technology and Service Committee, chaired by Rob Marriott. Rob?
Hi, everybody. I'm Rod Marriott with the Department of Consumer Protection Drug Control Division here in Connecticut. We and I chair the Information Technology and Services Committee, and we also do kind of surveys. And we've sent out a number of surveys lately. Our small but productive group of folks works hard to get surveys out to the membership so we can make sure that we're staying in touch with everybody's needs. For instance, we sent out a survey about DEA topics, which we hope we plan to share with DEA very soon, so they can put together a presentation of interest to the members during the annual conference. We also put together a post-conference survey, which is already prepared, and hopefully everyone completes those. And I really want to thank those that complete those. They do help shape the organization and make sure that our conferences and webcasts, webinars and things have the information you're looking for. We also have been working and look to view the new website as it is in the process of being updated, and look forward to rolling that out in the very near future. Again, we also are always looking to have new members join us and give us kind of fresh ideas. So anyone interested, please feel free to reach out to myself or Kathy, and we'll happily get you on our meeting group.
Thanks, Rod. And I also chair the Nominations Committee. This is for nominations for the offices and executive committee. And this year we have 2 nominations, Stella Bailey from North Carolina. And Stella has completed 1 term so far and is eligible to run for a 2nd term. And Haley Winna, also from Michigan, was initially appointed to fill a vacant seat by the executive committee in 2023 and is now eligible to run for 2 terms. So we have 2 member-at-large positions that will be voted on at the annual meeting. So I'm sure Stella and Haley can answer any questions anyone might have at the conference if you have any questions. So moving on, we'll open up questions to any of the participants. You can use the raised hand feature, or you can go to the chat feature.
While we're waiting, Eric, in case there are no questions, I would just add that the PMP Model Act, we did not show that on the screen because it would have taken up quite a few slides. They did a tremendous amount of work, but that is available on the website. And at the meeting, people will also have a copy, but I would encourage everybody to read it in advance so that we're not dragging out the business meeting for a long time. So just take a few minutes to read those documents and read the resolutions as proposed so that we can expedite the business meeting. The other thing that I would add, and we'll be making announcements at the conference, is if there are more than one person attending from a particular regular member state, only one individual will be allowed to vote on behalf of that state. We're going to try something a little bit different this year so that we can have it easier to view who's voting, yay or nay. We'll give it the old college try and try to make a little bit more of an improvement to expedite and professionalize things. And last but not least, Rod alluded to our website. Thanks to MD Scripts, we're going to be launching a really nice website that's cleaner and will help move us forward in the future. I think they were hoping to launch it today, but given the amount of work that takes place between now and the conference, I think we're going to wait till either at the conference or right after the conference to make it live, but it is really, really nice. And that's all I have. I don't see any questions, Eric.
Okay. Well, thanks, Kathy. With no questions, we'll conclude. I thank you, everyone, for joining. I thank my fellow executive committee members for participating and presenting, and I hope to see everybody in Greenville at the annual conference and the 40th anniversary. So thank you everyone for your time and participation. Thank you.